the Litepanels Gemini 1x1. Is it the best light ever? Or is it just another overpriced light that you probably don't need to buy? Well, in this video, it's just my dog walking around. Hello, sit, good boy. In this video, we're gonna go over what the Gemini 1x1 is all about from Litepanels, and is it worth the money, and just its features and all that good stuff. You know what a review is. Let's just dive right into it. So the Gemini 1x1 from Litepanels is a 1x1 square light panel. I feel like I'm just saying the name of it. It's a flat panel, so which means it's versatile, but it's also different to, let's say, something like an Aputure 120D. You know, that's like a different shape of light, different use case. So it's not something that's like the only light you'd ever need. Because I'd still say like the Godox VL150s, Aputure 120Ds. They're definitely good lights and they definitely have their place. But the Gemini 1x1 is such an incredible light, and it definitely has some things that it one-ups those other lights in. So like certain categories and things like that. Okay, so the brightness. At 10 feet, so 3 meters, it has a lux value of, let me get my notes real quick, 614 at 5600 Kelvin, which is daylight, and at tungsten, which is 20 something hundred, it's 557 lux. So it's not like it's insanely bright, but it kind of is, because I feel like lux measurements, they are what they are, but having used this real world practically, this thing is stupid bright. But I think it's also the stupid brightness compared to like stupid good brightness, not like the stupid bad brightness, comboed with everything else that I'm gonna talk about in this video that makes me like this light so much. Now, before you click off, here's actually the biggest reason you should get this light. And if you give a damn about this spec when it comes to lights, then you will really, really want this light. When I was given this light by Litepanels and Vitek, thank you very much, guys. Thank you. I was blown away to know that this actually has the #1 most accurate CRI color rendition index. Is that the right thing? That is CRI, if I'm not wrong, but it has the highest CRI of any LED with a CRI number of 97. So most lights are like 95, 94, you know, above 90, which is good, it's great. But this has a CRI of 97. So it's just kind of, it's looked at all of the other lights and they're like, you know what? +1. But I mean, frankly, you know, these are they're small increments, but they do matter. It's that confidence of knowing like, damn, my light is gonna be the most accurate. When it says 5600 Kelvin, it means 5600 Kelvin. When I put the light on the skin of the subject, it's gonna look like skin. So, you know, I mean, if you're going from 95 to 97, I could imagine it's not the biggest deal in the world, but you have the highest CRI if you buy this light. So, you know, there's that. One of my favorite things about this light is the effects that it has built in. Now, I've previously had a Godox VL150. It was a daylight balanced light, and that was it. It would turn on and it would turn off. There was no effects. You could dim it from 0 to 100, and that was all it could do. And I was like, it's all right. I do wish it had effects though. This beautiful light shining upon me, and also providing that blue in the background for the hair light. Oh, they have so many effects. So this light has 11 pre-built effect modes, including emergency, fire, fireworks, cube burst, lightning, paparazzi, party lights, pulsing, squares, strobe, and TV. Now, all of these lights can be used in very different and creative ways. Whilst I do feel like some of the effects are very similar, you know, I'm looking at like strobe and then squares, like they look very similar. I'm sure they do have their differences. So, you know, it's just my observation, but it doesn't really matter, because if anything, you have more than enough effects to do what you need to do. They're just giving you like a little bit of salt and pepper as well in case you need that extra seasoning. So yeah, the effects mode are great, and I actually used these on a recent music video, and I've used them on my last 2 music videos. The flashing lights thing is really, really fun, which, by the way, obviously if you are sensitive to flashing lights, well, there was a warning earlier, but I really hope you haven't been watching this video. Because yeah, most of the music videos I've been shooting recently, I've been using these lights, and for one, their power output is great, their mountability, which I'll come to later, is really good too, and just the effects that they have built in. And also, these are full RGB lights, so you can access through an RGB mode or an HSI mode. I prefer to use the HSI, it's just a bit more straightforward. But yeah, having full RGB is fantastic. I can use one for a key light and then use one, like I am right now for this video, to just provide a bit of color for this hair light and kind of contrast with the red I've got going behind me as well, and a little bit more color contrast with the yellow as well of that tungsten house bulb. Now, these lights are capable of being controlled by an app. You do need to buy this little dongle thingy that it's just an antenna basically, but I think there is a little dongle you need to plug into it as well. That's extra, and it didn't come with the lights that I was sent, so oh well, I can't really speak on it, but it is good to know you can do that. It's just, I guess, a shame that it's an extra cost. But to be honest, things like the Astera Titan tubes or the AX1 tubes, you have to also buy an extra module to then control them wirelessly. So I guess most light manufacturers are doing it. It would just have been awesome if light panels were like, you know what, have it for free, but you know, or not free, but included in the price. But yeah, shame, but it is what it is. Okay, now let's talk about the build quality, because these lights are solid. It is full metal construction with, you know, little bits of plastic for like the knobs and stuff that let you change the angle it points at. So like I said before, these are 1x1 flat light panels that you can place in a lot of different situations, a lot of different environments, places on your set, in your location. Obviously you could just slap it onto a light stand like with any light, but you can mount these in unique ways because of their shape and size. These are only 5 kilos, which doesn't sound like a lot, and it's not, but they are, I don't know, you could use these for weight training if you kept going, like you can see here, you know, getting a little bit of a pump, you know. But yeah, they're honestly not that heavy, although bearing in mind I do weight train, so I don't know, if you struggle to lift heavy things, you may struggle with these, but they're not that bad. And you can see here the mounts that it comes with. It allows you to mount it in 2 different ways, and I actually only realized recently the second way of mounting it, which I'm showing to you here, as opposed to the way it's mounted here. If you mount it this way, it lets you have the softbox attached, and then you can tilt the light in any direction. Whereas if you have it mounted the way it's mounted here, if you put the softbox on, you can't tilt it down, which, like, you would think, I don't know, I'm just pointing this out because I didn't know. You're probably thinking, well, duh, there's 2 ways to put the mount onto the light stand. Like, you could have just like, hello, MC, you stupid, but you know, hey, shut up. But yeah, coming back to the build quality, the knobs and dials, the little screen, the preset buttons, they're all rubber, metal respectively, and well, glass for the screen obviously. They're all very well built. They feel tactile to the touch. They feel very, very, like, every increment of turning, you feel every little so that you can be very, very precise with your adjustments on the light, and that is really, really great. You can do things like upgrade the software by USB. There's a lot of well thought outness that went into this light. It shows through how you're able to adjust the fan so that it can be either on auto or you can turn it off completely. These fans are pretty damn quiet. I would just imagine if you're doing something as quiet and audio sensitive as an interview, you'd probably hear them, but I can't hear a thing. Okay, so the price. Now here's where a lot of you may probably click off this video, and I can understand that. Obviously I was given this light, so it's a little different for me, so I can talk about it and not have to think, oh my god, I spent all this money. But I would actually say it is really worth the money. Lighting is something that you buy once and you never have to buy it again. Obviously you'll buy more of them so you can have a bigger lighting setup, but once you buy that light, it will last you at least 5 to 10 years, if not more, if you take care of it properly. And if you have insurance and it breaks, then you know, it lasts another 5 to 10 years, right? So it's like, it's worth the investment is my point. So, drum roll please. How much does this thing cost? So in the UK, this thing with VAT costs £1,425 and 6 pence. That is such a weird price from CVP. But yeah, so it is a lot of money. I'm not gonna lie. Like that's yeah, it's £1.50. That's quite a bit of money. And for my US friends, you know, there's your number. But like I said, lighting is that thing you buy once and you don't have to buy it again. You can buy modifiers and whatever, and then it's just like your kit's done. You've got all the lights you ever need. I was very fortunate to be given these, and because of that, my lighting setup is kind of complete. I think the only light I want to buy is something like an Aputure 120D or the 600D, really, just to have that type of light, because I don't have that type of light anymore. If you've seen my Godox video, yeah, I don't have that light anymore. I have to give it back. So, you know, that's gone. But that's kind of it. Like, this is a very, very powerful and well thought out light, and the price reflects that. But I would definitely say it's worth it to be able to have a light that doesn't hold you back in any way. Furthermore, actually, if we're to compare the pricing of this thing to something like, let's say, an equivalent, the ARRI Sky Panel, do you see how big that number is? That's a disgusting number. That's basically £4,000. Okay, well, let's round down. It's £3,900, including VAT. That's what it is in US dollars. That's a lot of money. So, you know, you could buy 2 of these and have money left over instead of buying 1 of those. You'd have like £900 left over after buying 2 of these compared to the price of the ARRI Sky Panel. So bear that in mind when you're thinking about this light's price. So overall, what are my thoughts? This light is 100% worth it. Is it a budget-friendly light for the budget filmmaker? Absolutely not. There are better suited lights if you're looking for something that's like a few £100s, a few $100s. You can go with Godox, or yeah, you can go with Godox. They make pretty decent lights at a very, very, very affordable price, but you miss out on things like having this thing be able to be mounted anywhere because you can slap a V-mount battery on the back of it. You miss out on things like built-in effects. You miss out on things like a very, very high CRI number and a very high brightness. But it's up to you. If you guys are looking to take that next step with your filmmaking career and you want to one-up your current lighting game, I really recommend checking out these lights. And honestly, I don't see any other light being better than this, apart from maybe the Gemini 2x1, the bigger brother. This thing is enormous, and I don't have a stand for it. That's the reason it's never been in a video. But basically take everything from the light I've spoken about and just double it. 10 kilos. I think it's double the price, but oh my god, is it very, very bright. So yeah, that's kind of it. Let's check my focus. Yep. So that's kind of it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Please smash the like button to help the YouTube algorithm out. Or I messed that up. Please smash the like button to help this video with the YouTube algorithm. Helps out the video and helps out the channel a lot. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the continuing support with all the subscribers and comments. I'm glad to see y'all are enjoying the Anton Bauer Titan base video. Really enjoyed that video, and that product is sick. I'm using it right now. Still to this day from the moment I got it. Have a lovely rest of your week, guys. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.